anything. I was just in here living life because life was happening, and I was just accepting life was happening to me, and I did nothing about it. And that's not really how you should be living life. Life should not be lived like that. You should be living life with intentionality instead of causality, because the moment you start living life because it's happening to you and not because it's happening for you and by you, that's the moment you start hating life. That's the moment when everything starts going to shit. That's the moment when everything starts crumbling around you, your habits, your goals, your motives, your passions, your desires. That's when everything around you starts just disappearing. You start hitting a wall, a metaphysical wall in your brain. And that's because you're trying to revert back to your old programming, not realizing that this is not who you are anymore. You're a whole new person, right? You're a whole new being once you understand and get to this higher point and you start thinking and acting and doing things like this. I promise you, the biggest thing you're going to realize is when you go back to your old habits, it's going to feel extremely weird, because you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be like, yo, who the fuck was this person? Who was I acting like? Because this is not me. This is not what I was put on this earth for. That is not what I was supposed to be doing. The moment you realize that you've been living out of life not because of intention, but because of life happening to you, that's the moment you can realize and relock the fuck back in and reposition yourself back in life. I realized that for a long time, like just coming out of the month, like near the end of the month, like 2-3 days ago, I realized, I was like, yo, what have I been doing? I feel like I've just been droning my entire month, and I've been acting like this month can go by like this. And that's the thing, is like having that skill to realize what's been going on and be able to come back into reality and get back into that mode of locking in. That's such a valuable skill, because everybody talks about it. They always talk about locking in, getting better, right? Being improved as a human being. But the way you do that is by trying to tap in and tapping into that higher level of not only work ethic, but that higher level of being. And the moment you lock out of that mode, that's when you're like, yo, what happened to me like 3-4 months ago? I was fully locked in, but you didn't realize that you were living life in that 3-4 month span with intention. Now you're living life because it's happening to you, and you're not living life because it's happening for you, and you're not trying to create something out of the life that you want. So, all in all, just in that to say, stop living life with causality. Stop living life because it's happening to you. Start living life like it's happening for you. Start making things happen for you inside of your life. You want to graduate, go to college, you can do it. Right? You can make that happen. Your thoughts and your actions and your being have to be aligned with it. You want to be a YouTuber, your thoughts, actions, and beliefs have to be behind that. You want to become a businessman, your thoughts, actions, beliefs, and intentions have to be the exact same. You have to be the same throughout the entire way, and that's when you really start getting into that locked-in state and you start noticing the real change of your life. So, from this video, I want you to learn. Stop living life because it's happening to you. Start living life because it's happening for you, and start making shit happen for you, because you can always make shit happen for you.